I'm Joshua. I'm about to turn 35. Got a pretty good job, basically doing gardening at a garden center. I run a nonprofit community bike shop, and an orphanage and a church. So it's quite a lot. I think, honestly, I was doing all those things to try to feel better about myself, because basically growing up my whole life, I just haven't felt right. Like everything bothers me, everything stresses me out. I don't believe in myself, all that stuff. But so it's been a struggle back when I was younger. I think maybe around teenager, 16 or something like that. I was on some antidepressants, and I don't think they helped, but I do remember when I came off of them, I had the worst withdrawals that I could ever imagine. And I just felt terrible, like I was rolling around on the floor. It was bad. So was never going to take antidepressants or anxiety meds or anything ever again. So I've just been dealing with this, trying to live the best life I can, just like without the joy. So I was doing it, I was living my life, but I had no joy at all. And I started this, and I feel like that joy has came back into my life. Uh, it's kind of emotional because it's just been a long time, and I finally feel like I'm happy. I can conquer problems that used to just tear me down. So like everything's getting better. My job is going better. I got more hours. I got more responsibilities. I'm finally feeling so good that I signed up for college. I was never gonna go to college. That just the thought of that made me want to cry. But now I'm going to be going to Liberty University to be a Christian counselor. So that's a huge step for me. I'm able to be there for my friends, like emotionally available now. So I'm able to help them more in ways that I wanted to help them. Uh, I'm just not afraid of anything anymore. I mean, I'm cautious still because I don't want to get hurt, but I'm not afraid of being let down or what other people think of me or anything like that. So changed my life so far. Well, I was on Facebook, and I don't know how the algorithms work, but apparently they knew I had anxiety and depression. So it was one of the things that just popped up on my feed. So I looked at it. I was like, I don't know. So I kind of filled it out. I just wanted more information. Like I wasn't even trying to set up an appointment, but the way the form worked, it kind of just, I ended up setting an appointment anyways, right? So before that appointment, I did a lot of research. Because I was a little nervous about it. Because, like I said, the last thing that I was on, it was terrible. Like, just thinking about anxiety and depression meds, it gave me PTSD because of what I went through. So I did a lot of research, and I figured I'd give it a shot. And the price for me was a big deal because I'm on food stamps and state insurance and stuff, and all my money goes to my orphanage. So I don't have hardly any money. So then you guys also gave me some aid on top of that, so it made it really easy for me. So just this whole process has just, I guess, felt easy without any stress, and so that just kept making me want to pursue it more. And I don't regret it. I don't regret any of it. Well, the fact that it's ketamine itself didn't bother me at all. It was just that fear of being on an antidepressant or anxiety medicine. Because I mean, those withdrawals that I went through were just terrible, and I didn't like that. So that was really my only fear in starting it. So I did make sure to ask you guys, is this addictive? Is it going to mess me up when I come off of it? And you guys were very clear, no, there shouldn't be any withdrawals or anything. So uh, that I think that was what made me want to keep doing it. Because even after I started, I was still, because once I noticed it start working, that's when I got a little more nervous. I'm like, okay, is this going to be addictive? So that's when I asked you guys, and then you guys said, no, it's not. It should be fine. Anytime you're ready to quit, you can just stop, or we'll talk about it, and it won't be a problem. So that was my biggest concern, was getting addicted to something. And I guess that's not a concern at all. So I'm not concerned at all about it. Other than that, though, I mean, I was just so ready to try to find a cure for the way I felt that I was willing to try anything that wasn't addictive, I guess. So I think other people started noticing it before I did. Like at my job, for example, I'd been working there for just a little bit before I started this, but then after I started with Joyous, my coworkers were like, "Dude, you're doing a really good job." It's just all of a sudden I'm doing really good, and people are wanting to talk to me more, and I'm having decent conversations with people. People are telling me that I'm really pleasant to be around now. So that's what stuck in my mind. And then like my friends and the people that I go to church with, they got closer to me and they've told me like they can definitely see a difference in the way that I talk to them, the way that I respond to them, and the way that I care about them. I think I'm just not so focused on the pain inside of me that I'm actually able to focus on other people more, like I should have been able to do the whole time, I think. I'd tell somebody that's considering doing this, but maybe worried, is that to me, in the research I've done, this seems like the least risk out of all the different kinds of medications and treatments that could be provided. It's not addictive and it's not expensive, so just try it. And if you don't like it, you can stop. There's no withdrawals, so you didn't really lose much because it's not that expensive. But I believe that for most people, it would work if they do it right and do the intention setting, the meditation, find that right time of day. I believe it would work for almost everybody. I mean, I know there's other people, different body chemistry, but for the majority of people, I'd say it probably is going to work if you do it. Anxiety and depression kind of is like a fire, and that joyous is like water putting out that fire. I guess that's what I've said to other people when I've tried to explain it to them. Is that's the best way I can describe it. It's like a rush of cool air when everything was on fire before. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the best way I can describe it. To me, I don't think I notice it or feel it as much as like when I'm reading some of the other people. I've seen a lot of other people say that it seems like they're a little lightheaded, but it's a little bit more than that. It's not just being lightheaded. It's like, oh no, it's hard to explain. It's just like, it's like being removed from all the problems. Like they're still there, but they're not central. They're not just a part of you, like you're outside the problems. It gives you a space to think about things, like looking at them instead of having them in you. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but um, I wouldn't call it euphoric at all. I would just say it almost brings a sense of clarity that helps you think about things. It doesn't feel like you're getting high. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain the actual feeling, but it's not unpleasant. It's actually nice. There's nothing to be afraid of with it. In fact, it removes fear, it seems like. So, from what I remember, when I was on, I think it was called Effexor, um, I did not like the way I felt all day long. It made me just feel like something was wrong. I don't know if it helped the depression or not, but I didn't like the feeling. It did felt like there was something in me that shouldn't be there. And then coming off of it was just absolutely horrible. With Joyous, I don't feel that bad feeling, that almost sick to my stomach feeling or sick to my heart feeling that those other medicines gave me. When I do Joyous, I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel happy. I don't feel like something's wrong. Uh, it just felt like the other antidepressants were poison in my body. I didn't like it at all. It made me think differently than I think I should think. Joyous doesn't do that. Joyous helps me think the way that I should be thinking anyways. Yeah. So anytime that I reach out to Joyous with any questions or concerns, they get back to me really fast. And if I'm nervous about something, I mean, they make it easy and calm, and they bring clarity to it, like there's nothing to be nervous about. And they explain every single process, every step of the way, and they're there the whole time. So anytime I have any issues, they've always been there. I guess that's it. I mean, it's just perfect, it seems. I just want to say thank you because I'm just about to be 35 in 5 days. I'd pretty much given up at trying to reach for more. I was just settling for what I could endure without freaking out or having a panic attack, right? So thank you, because I'm getting back to my full potential. Like I'm going back to college. I'm going to have a real degree. I'm going to do the things that I've always dreamed of doing now. So that's a big deal for me. Like feel like I want to cry just talking about it because I had given up and now there's hope again.